Okay, Lordy Lordy, look who's 40.
Us.
Welcome to episode 40, Fingerpod of Doom. We've made it 40 episodes. Very good. Very exciting stuff for 190,000 viewers. We couldn't have done it without you.
Undisputed.
That's right. Undisputed, like DIY and NXT right now.
With his hair glued down. I'm looking at Gargano. I'm like, that's really stuck to his head.
His hair? It's like a Lego helmet.
Yeah, it's like it's glued down.
Don't know why the titles aren't updating, but I guess we'll fix it after. Anyways, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We had a busy, long weekend with Clash in Paris and then Raw in Paris. What did you think? How did you like the weekend?
Oh, the crowd made it so good.
Honestly,
Raw was pretty good. I really liked Raw, and I think it was because the crowd was so into it.
Yep, 100%. 100%. If the North American crowds don't start, getting excited for a pro wrestling show, and instead of waiting for Roman Reigns music to hit, at 2 hours and 47 minutes into the show, it's going to be a long year watching this product right now.
Yeah.
Because it's so much more exciting when the crowd is into, everything that is happening on the show, whether it has to do with them being a babyface or a heel.
Yeah. They react like it's worth those shows, being over in Europe. I don't mind the early start time. I can watch it whenever. It makes it so much better.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have to wait for an overseas show, let's wait. It's especially SmackDown. It's so boring.
Oh God.
Like we've talked about. So maybe this Friday will change. There's lots going on.
There is a lot going on. Where would you like to start? Where should we start?
News kind of hits into what happened, I guess.
Yeah, we could do the main talking point off the rip here, I suppose. Let me bring it over to here, to this side of the screen. Actually, I don't think that's good. Bring this back over here to this side of the screen. Not covering you up. Nope.
These security guys with Ava.
Yeah. Somehow they've been told to stand still, not make us noise, not do anything, and they have more personality than her. So
the one that looks like Sheamus and X-Pac had a baby.
Yeah.
It's just she needed that many. Okay.
To get Javon up. Yeah. Wow. 160-pound Javon. Here we go. Big news. Big news. Light it up.
So exciting.
Now, this is, first of all, they've blown this. They've blown the angle already, in my opinion. But what do you think of? Well, maybe we should lead into this a little bit. Let's set the table to this news.
Yeah.
Featurette here, shall we? Of course, the big news is that AJ Lee is returning. AJ Lee is CM Punk's wife. Real life wife. This isn't a work wife, brother. This is a shoot wife, dude. But at the end of the main event, The Clash in Paris, Fatal 4-Way, LA Knight, Jey Uso, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. What did you think of the match?
The match was good. The match itself was really good. It wasn't till the end where it was kind of a little bit sloppy. And if it wasn't for Seth just winning it, I could have been like, geez, any one of these guys could walk out with it. LA looked good, which is weird to say. But Punk, man, he's just got a fire in him right now.
Everything Punk has done since he's come back from injury has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Everything.
He's in shape. He's taking it so serious.
Yep. He even just worked all the house shows, even, chirped Becky and Seth about it, or, blasted them in the promo about not doing it. I thought the psychology of Seth calling for Paul or calling for Bronson and Braun during the match was done well.
Yep.
They all hit some big spots. They all got their stuff in. Yeah, I thought it was done fine. It wasn't my favorite match of the evening by any stretch of the means, but it was done well.
Would you
be honest with you?
Yeah.
I liked Logan and Cena.
Yeah.
I thought that match was awesome.
Logan was so good with the crowd.
Yeah.
He just even the times, when Cena's talking, obviously, but Cena was like, probably drink it in a little bit longer. Take it a little bit longer. The crowd's into it. Go for it.
Oh yeah, Cena would have been telling him to milk it for sure.
Yeah. Wonder how much they went over on time. I would have loved to see that.
Well, I'm surprised some of the matches got the amount of time they did when Roman and Bronson opened up and got an hour. That entire thing from entrances to promo into the next match was 58 minutes or something like that.
Which is huge.
Insane. Especially the way it was done well. But we're kind of jumping all over the map here. So, the end of this match, Punk, LA hits his elbow drop or misses his elbow drop onto the table. Jey has been... What happened to Jey? Did he get... I can't remember what happened to Jey.
It was almost his fault that LA didn't get all his shit in, basically. Or so it seemed.
No. And during the match, sorry. Talking about them being stuck outside, right?
Yeah. During the match, Jey didn't do much, as far as I know, that I can really say.
Yeah, Jey hit super kicks, and then he got curb stomp on the floor, I believe. Yep, that's right. LA Knight hit his elbow, was getting up, got curb stomped onto the table. That was collapsed, right? So, but then Punk and Seth are doing their thing in the ring. Punk hits one GTS. Seth hits the ropes. They've done this spot before. Seth hits the ropes, falls on Punk's shoulders, and they zoom in the camera so you can count the nipple hairs on Punk. So you knew somebody was coming at that point. Punk goes for another one. You get a masked human being who looks incredibly tiny. So it isn't anybody that was speculated.
Flat though. Super flat.
Yeah. Initially, when I realized it was a woman, I thought, holy shit, maybe this is AJ. But no, it's just Becky, and the crowd goes mild. For as hot as the Paris crowd was, there was about 45 people that were like, huh?
Yeah.
Like you could collectively hear the groan.
I almost feel Nikki. It almost took. I think the crowd wanted to see Nikki win, as weird as that is to say. So seeing Becky again, especially in such a big position, it was just like, oh man, get her off the TV, get her
Yeah,
off the show.
it could have been. It could have. At that point, you could have literally made it anybody else,
Yeah.
and it would have got a bigger reaction. Austin Theory would have got a bigger reaction, and he's boring. Austin Theory is the Lance Storm of this generation.
He's not that bad.
He is. He's awful.
He's
awfully boring.
He was pop. He was getting a huge pop when he was right before he got injured. Poor guy.
So then, okay, so now the match is finished. Then we move into Raw, where Punk is waiting for Seth to come into the arena to start the show. And then finally, towards the end, about 2 hours in or whatever it was, an hour and a half in, Pierce says to him, well, Seth's already in the building. I don't know how he got in. Somehow this arena only has one door and you've been watching it. So Punk makes his way out to the ring and starts to cut a promo on Seth, saying he's going to wait. He's hijacking the show. Punk says something about, the man. I'm here for the man. You face me man to man or something like that, right? And then, of course, you were like, oh, well, here comes Becky.
Yes.
So Becky comes out, what? You're not the man. I'm not the man you're looking for. No, of course not. But whatever.
What a setup.
Yeah. Wow. You really shocked us. The start of the promo. What'd you think of the entire promo? I thought the start was a little shaky, but towards the end of the promo, I thought, okay, this feels real now. This is a shoot. This is a shoot here now, brother.
And once Becky's going, like she's even great with Nikki on the mic. Somehow brought the best out of Nikki on a microphone. So her and Punk, I mean, it got good. It got the point across, and clearly, yeah, Punk's dropping little hints here and there.
Yeah.
Clear some animosity, obviously, but they all work well together, I'm guessing.
They know it's best for business and they want to make money. They're only there to make money, those guys, right? So,
yeah. So smart too. Like that's obviously the point.
That's right. Becky says, you're not the voice of the voiceless. You're the poster child for apathy. It was your name they were chanting during my matches. They didn't care about me. Quite frankly, nobody really still does, judging by the reaction you got on Sunday.
The AJ chants. Oh, her reaction to that was gold.
Yeah.
She doesn't work here anymore.
She doesn't work here anymore. And we're going to need you to get the hell out of the way because you're not what the business needs right now. And she doesn't work here and you don't fit the vision. And Punk cuts into her, the vision's a little blurry, isn't it? This is a 10-year beef because they chanted my name. I guess she must be now.
Yeah.
Like they needed a woman. I think we all assumed that it was going to be Becky. It was poorly done though. And why? Well, we'll talk about that later. But he says they chant my name if I'm in catering, if I don't work here, if I'm champion, or if I'm not champion. They don't chant your name. Says, I was in all the towns that you and your husband decided not to show up to. Liverpool, and Nuke names all, the European tour towns that Punk worked every night. And now he said he's tired of you two hiding behind your paper titles or something like that. And so then Seth appears. No, he calls Seth a paper champion, hiding behind their toy belts or something like that. And then, Seth comes out, doesn't really say anything, to be honest. Been looking for him all night long, he says to Punk, but he leaves the ring. Punk goes to, or Seth leaves the stage, sorry, and then Punk goes to leave the ring, and Becky keeps cutting him off, calls him pathetic. And now this is where it gets tense.
Yeah.
And she just starts slapping Punk like over and over and over and over again. And right there, she's laying him in a little bit. She's pushing him and do something about it and getting right in his face. And it's at this point now you really start to think, okay, well, they are building AJ Lee to come back. Jordan just botched. Not quite. Wonder why they're doing this match, right? Like, wasn't she supposed to be on SmackDown? Like, somebody must not trust her on the main roster yet.
Yeah. And really, is she going to hang that well with those girls quite yet? I don't know. Or can they afford to lose one of those main roster girls on SmackDown? If Jordan dings her in the head or something.
Anyways, finally Punk leaves the ring. And sees Pierce in the back after the commercial. Pierce tells him that SmackDown's in Chicago, and Punk says, I'll be there. Home sweet home. Now, this is where I have the problem. Punk is in Chicago, and whether or not AJ decides to be on the show on Friday, you have to assume at this point that Punk is announcing her that she will be at
WrestlePalooza. Yeah.
This is where they've blown the entire gimmick to me, or the entire angle to me. Because if they've known that AJ wanted to be or was okay with coming back for this angle and having a match against Seth and Becky, then why not have the show end with Punk and AJ standing over Becky and Seth in the back after they've beat them down in Paris on Raw, where the crowd would erupt for it? Or even have AJ's music come pop, or come in from behind the crowd into the ring and attack Becky when she's slapping Punk around. Like,
give a little wave.
You've given away the surprise.
Well, yeah, it's a dumb way to do it too. And I think SmackDown, bringing her out would be also a waste to bring her out on SmackDown. I could see just the announcement. She'll be at WrestlePalooza, and that's the big deal for SmackDown. And then we all know to tune in for WrestlePalooza, which we do anyways.
Which we're going to anyways, because Brock is there.
So bringing her out on SmackDown feels like a waste. Announcing it this way, I don't know. It's clearly he's going to find a woman to be at his side to take out Becky. Obviously, who could it be?
Right. And AJ's in great shape still.
Yeah, even on heels, when she was wrestling on that show, like, they were hilarious. She was great in the ring there.
So I just think they've. Oh, Mariah, did she run the blade or did she get stiffed? Well, shockingly by Jordan.
I don't know. My Netflix pooped out. So I can only assume it would be a Jordan accidentally hit her.
Oh my God. Let me go back here. And sidetrack.
I'll have to staple her face together. She'll end up being Jordan, you ruined the prettiest one on the roster.
Oh, I'm not sure where she got clipped here. Whether it was someone's knee or I don't know. Yeah. How fucking pathetic.
See, if I saw those other girls, I wouldn't trust her either. I'd be like,
well,
keep her down there,
seriously.
please. Yeah, even Nia doesn't seem to make people bleed that much.
Imagine her do that to Charlotte. Charlotte would come uncunted on her.
Yes. Yeah. Doesn't matter if it was in the middle of a match or not. She would be
Yeah.
just like, what are you doing?
Wow. But yeah, that's my whole beef with this AJ Lee angle. I think they've blown it.
Well, it's just like giving away the whole finish. Like,
well, yeah, you just gave away the payoff.
Be exciting. Yeah.
Like people are still going to pop,
but you could at least keep it a little more down low and just say, have Becky keep pissing him off each week. And then obviously if you just have a 2 versus 1 match, someone's going to show up for him even.
Or yeah, have her slap the shit out of Punk again on Friday and then AJ can come out there. Becky would sell the shit out of the music. You know she would.
It's not like they needed to announce her to sell the show either. When you have Brock versus Cena.
Seriously. And now EO versus Stephanie.
Yeah.
On a PLE.
So very strange.
It's going to be unbelievable. But
very strange to do it this way, but I guess.
Lola Vice getting a huge vignette here. Massive promo thing with her family. Like, got the Damian Priest rub. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's more ready than Jordan, that's for sure.
She could be a great face for AAA because that women's division needs help. Pay her lots to run it down there.
Yeah, seriously. Why is Andre Chase wrestling?
What, this 43-year-old guy who's still a beginner? I don't know.
Josh Briggs should squash him. This should be over in 10 seconds.
The only time we want to see Josh Briggs on the TV. Please accidentally
what's his finish? A pump kick?
Probably.
Why are you pin him there, Josh? Like, oh my God.
Why aren't you counting, ref? Well, because the ropes are there.
Because his legs are hanging off the apron.
You fucking dual leg. Holy. And this is the guy they're pushing.
This is there's better matches. There was better matches at the wrestling that we would go to in spring break.
Yes. By far.
Here, like snap his back in half on there. Here you go, Christopher Reeves.
He looks like Christopher Reeves. He shaved his goatee. That's hilarious.
Who in the hell is that? Some mid-carter?
God.
And then you have a 3rd generation Finley just standing around.
Literally doing fuck all. Yeah. Go train with your dad or go to Japan with your brother. Please get better.
Yeah. Jeez.
All right. But that's about all the news I really want to talk about. We got lots to go over here. So. you think of them sound effects? I should just
Swim
record
the
my own
future.
sound effects.
Wait, that wasn't a supercomputer? I thought that was
No,
a super.
that was just me. A super big
Fudge.
duper.
Super big duper.
All right. Clash in Paris, 30,000 people going absolutely insane. The opener, hot opener, and it was hot for sure. It was Roman and Bronson Reed. Roman Reigns, that is, not Roman Emperor.
What?
Not some Roman Emperor. Yeah, I don't know anything about Rome.
Can't believe they didn't try that gimmick on him.
True,
At
yeah.
least in the Vince era.
They probably made him try it on. You're a Spartan.
I want you to be a Roman. Yeah. Fuck, just stupid.
Your finisher can be a pump kick.
Yeah. Call or like what were those pikes? No, what were those? Yeah, those posts that they just stick right through you.
Yeah, a pike or a spear or a trident, maybe. I don't know.
A spear. There we go.
Oh, maybe that's why that's his finish. Shit.
Probably this close. Behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear sweatpants and a pajama shirt to be a wrestler. Like, get the fuck off of my TV.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
He's got Nikes. He hasn't earned just to wear shoes, but he does.
How old is this asshole? He makes me
he's
sick.
pushing 40. I swear he's pushing 40. I don't even know why he's still hired. Last time I checked, I'm like, this dude should not be learning still at this age. Yeah, awkward.
Yeah. How much is old Bridgie, though?
28.
Well, you know, what's Ethan Page is closer to 40 than.
Yeah. But at least Ethan's been wrestling for 20 years.
Yeah.
Whereas Chase, I feel like he's just started.
Oh no, Paige is only 35, right? Like, why didn't Paige come in and low blow?
Yeah.
Fucking Punk. Like, literally anybody. God.
Well, supposedly they want him on SmackDown and with the actual Canadian group.
They should do that.
Which is half British. Yeah.
But no, there's another Canadian I thought that should join them as well that's on SmackDown. Oh, Sammy to turn heel. Refresh him. Yeah.
That would be interesting too. Get him away maybe from the bloodline for a little bit, the MFTs.
Yeah.
Just switch it up.
Or maybe he can drop the title of fucking Jeff Cobb. We can actually get a good somebody booking Jeff Cobb how he should be booked.
Yeah.
Embarrassing. Why is this match still happening?
It's still going on. I feel like
over 5 minutes ago.
Here. Oh, not even a big splash can put him down. I feel like Calatonga will be the one
in the celestial.
And don't be gay. It's a choice.
Skeletor versus Beastman Ultimate Warrior promo.
My God.
How did you like the Roman and Bronson match?
Good. I knew Bronson had to lose. Yeah. But the destruction afterwards, where they just kept running out and just kept it going.
It was so well done. And for Roman to do that, like Roman's a pro.
Yeah. And clearly when you're strapped to that board and you trust that much weight coming down on you, you trust the guy. So it shows a lot that he trusts Bronson that much.
Especially when he was sideways and Bronson had to rotate in the air.
Yeah. It's a lot of meat. A lot of meat to maneuver.
This was a very like old school big dude wrestling match to me though.
Yeah.
They did it awesome. And so Reigns eventually hits the spear. gets the win. Then Heyman is checking on Bronson in the ring, and Roman comes in, takes his shoes back, chokes Paul out,
Yeah.
and then is signing his shoes at the announce table, which I thought was pretty cool, actually.
Very well done. Yeah.
I didn't think that once he started signing his shoes, I didn't think that they were gonna do anything else. But
it was actually a nice surprise, right? It wasn't just so.
Yeah, and then so he's standing on the table. Here comes Braun, jumps across, spears him through the I think it was the English announce table even. He spared the French one for this match. And this is when they just start destroying him. Super spears on the floor. Then we got tsunami after tsunami. Reigns gets loaded on a stretcher. Reed hits another tsunami. Jay comes to the ring. Of course, Jay only knows how to do a super kick. So he hits some super kicks. It could have been 5 or 6. I lost count. Hey, Jay, tell us your moves. You got a super kick?
What?
And I got a super kick.
What?
And I got a super kick.
What?
And a super kick.
What?
and a splash. Starts with
and
an
a
S.
splash. Yeah.
What?
Oh, and a slap.
What?
Oh, and a spear.
What?
They all start with S. What is going on?
That's Jay's moves.
Oh,
We're having a flag match next week.
Love
That's
it.
cool. Remember Del Wilkes and Bret Hart's flag match? I loved that
Hell
match.
yeah. It was pretty good.
I loved the Patriot.
Del
That
Wilkes.
was awesome.
He was actually talented. I just think he has huge pill addiction. If
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken.
when you chewed up 85 perks a day, that'll happen. And then of course Jay gets, speared on the outside at the end of that match, and you go, oh, well, Jay's gonna be hurt for the match, which of course.
Yep.
Anyways.
Foreshadowing. Really good.
They show Jelly Roll and Post Malone, and every time they showed Post Malone, the guy had a drink in his hand. That's my kind of wrestling fan. Where was he? Where was he taking a piss, though? I wonder.
Jelly Roll's mouth. No, I don't know. It was, and they're both like looking good. They're in. Posty looks really good.
It's all the liquor. It's cirrhosis of the liver that he's losing all his weight. He's just smoking darts and drinking fucking booze all day.
That was cool just to see him having fun.
He was enjoying himself, yeah. The next match was the Wyatts versus the Street Profits, who had the coolest gear in recent memory. I love Borderlands, and the Street Profits gear was awesome. Some asshole on Twitter was like, they come out in Iron Man masks. And I wanted to drive to his house and slap him, but...
Well, Iron Man isn't even relevant right now.
No. And Borderlands 4 comes out in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Sure, weird that purchasing, by the way.
Get it. Get it.
Get it.
This match was made on SmackDown, right?
It was, yeah.
Because it was fairly, last minute addition to it.
The Wyatts had a vignette, I think it was probably Saturday it got released, kind of teasing, dissension between Dawkins and Ford. The match itself was definitely not probably the worst of the matches that these guys have had with each other over the last number of months. It was still a fine tag match, but in the psychology of maybe the split, right? There was some, especially at the start of the match, them arguing about tag in or who's starting the match, and then they were, tagging each other in kind of.
But hard hitting. I do remember just them all laying it in, not just Wyatt's, who are big dudes.
No, they all,
But
and
yeah,
they're not afraid to take it either, right? So, right, there was some suplex on the apron, and there's big spots, and Dawkins is a big man, and he's been known to take some crazy spots.
And the way he stood up to even a Big Red Eric, like, who was on the outside there, I was surprised at the size too. And even though I always, like, when they first came out, I thought Dawkins was kind of like he'd be the Giannetti, but yeah, okay, he might not be as good of a talker, but damn, I just think he's talented in the ring too.
Super talented. I just fear that if they go through with this split, which I don't think they should, because SmackDown has no idea how to book their fucking mid-card level.
Yeah.
I fear that Dawkins would end up being the Giannetti, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because the guy can move. And if you're willing to do the spear spot in the TLC match from the ladder through a table, and you're 280 pounds or whatever he is.
Yeah, he's
300 pounds. Like, yeah, you're but that's a big man to be doing that. So,
yeah.
The Wyatt's finish is awesome though. They're a double team.
Yeah.
They call it the plague, and it's like
which is perfect.
Yeah. For some reason, I didn't write down. Only wrote down the plague, but now I can't remember what it is. It's a power bomb neck breaker.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
And clean though, I remember the neck being really protected because Gacy, I believe, is the one who does the breaker part of it, and just they all hold their necks so well too.
They do, yep. Yeah, great finish. I didn't think Profits were going to win, especially with the, kind of the tease of them breaking up, but
yeah. Nikki Cross looks so good too. I can't wait till she's wrestling. She just looks so unhinged.
I can't wait to see them in the War Games match, to be honest. I hope it's them in the War Games match. I really do. We need to get rid of, well, it sounds like we're still going to have, half of a bloodline with the MFTs, but again,
throw them against Wyatt's. I'm good with that.
As long as it's a different team, or put realistically, if that's how you're gonna book the War Games match, then have the Wyatts just start destroying people in the back, and they have to put this ragtag team together to beat the Wyatts in War Games.
Like the old days, right?
There, yeah, Aleister Black, right? Just people that they kick the shit out of all the time. Put Priest in there again, sure. You got so many guys on SmackDown, like I said, in the mid card, that they have no idea what the fuck to do with. Andrade, Phoenix.
Yeah. The list grows, yeah.
Yeah, just get Road Dogg away. Make him go be he looks like a janitor, make him be a janitor or something.
Yep.
And
what do you do with if you do the MFTs? If you don't put them in a match like that, I don't even know what you'd do with them. Who's gonna? Tala could take out Sammy. I have no clue. Sammy's just there. Their mid card's weird. You're right. It's so weird.
It really is. And like you said, the Tongans, they've been booked so poorly, and because not the laughing one. Never remember who's who because they wear the exact same outfit, but
Tonga Loa, it was the one that's always injured, so I think Tama Tonga.
Yeah,
Tongaloa, yeah.
because he had that shitty first match,
Mm-hmm.
and the crowd just destroyed him and online. He just got torched. So
These poor guys like wrestled like great matches in Japan, and then they come here and a
Mhm.
little bit of nerves probably, and it's like,
yeah.
oh,
The same with Cobb too, right?
yeah. You can't wrestle Chance, and the guy's like main evented New Japan
He's
so many
yeah, he's like
times.
wrestled Bronson Reed, and they've had like absolute slaughterfest meat matches.
No bread, no water, just meat.
Oh, speaking of meat, here's my man.
Oof. Your man. I guess.
I love him. I love him, man. He is so good. Whew. I'm going to
I can't
assume
wait to see
that
him.
I'm going to assume
I
that
can't wait to
Ricky's
see
going
him
to beat
dancing.
him.
Yeah. Let the man move up.
Yeah, please.
Could you imagine him dancing in like an arena full of 30,000 people to this theme? The noise
And
they'd be
everyone
making.
going, oh.
Ooh.
I thought you were going to say
Yes.
dancing in his village for an African,
Whoa.
ceremonial African, whatever they do there.
Yeah, they'd sell the armbands. Everyone in the crowd just dancing.
Yeah.
Tiki torches.
It'd be great.
Yeah, I love the guy.
The third
Skilled.
match was Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella, and this match was god fucking awful.
Come on.
I couldn't even watch it. It was terrible. Everything about it was bad.
You know what? I blame Becky. I honestly do. There was a few times there where
It
it's
looked
like,
like she was sandbagging her.
yeah, and Nikki could take it. She kept taking it. And I found that Nikki pulled out some good moves that we didn't see, her ever try. And she was like laying it in. So I don't know. I thought Nikki did pretty damn good, and her facials are always good.
They're both afraid to, have their head marginally close to the steps or the table or anything.
Did you rewatch that when
Yes.
Nikki was smashing
God.
Becky's head on the table, and all Becky's doing is hitting her hands, not even moving her neck really.
Yeah.
We're not worthy. It's like, come on, get into it.
Party on, Beck. Party on, Nick.
Yeah, let's headbang. Like bad sell for her a little bit, Becky.
Yeah.
You can sell.
Shit match. Now that she does the pin, that backslide pin again, though, which still actually looked super cool.
Yeah.
Now she's calling it the Lynch pin.
Yeah. Because
Which
it
is
looked more like
so-
an Eiffel Tower. But
Yeah. So now this is a thing. That's gonna be your finish. Is it Lynch pin? Like,
yeah,
your finish
her
is a
finisher's
pin?
a pin.
Fuck out of here.
I guess. How do you set that up? Like, I'll hit you with a bunch of power moves, and then I'll just roll you up with the Lynch pin.
I guess like it's so.
If it was a submission, maybe, but it's just dumb.
Yeah, I don't like it. I didn't like the match. Anything you want to add to it?
Very interesting with Nikki just at the end where she's like, I was so close, blah, blah, blah. There's going to be something where Nikki snaps, or just there's more storyline there. And I'm excited because I like this run for Nikki. I do.
Yeah, you're a Nikki lover.
I'm
Makes
a
me
total
sick.
divas, dude.
Makes
love
me
the show.
sick
Love
to my stomach.
Total Bellas was fantastic. Ah, so good.
The next match was probably the second best match on the card for me. To be very honest with you.
It was a good old Donnybrook.
It was a good old Donnybrook.
Oh, the barrels
Sheamus
of
and
whiskey.
Rusev.
They forgot which country they're. I like barrels of wine or beer or whiskey.
Yeah.
Come
Or
on.
pancake batter. They didn't know.
Yeah. Like, yeah, whiskey's good. Whatever.
Short of this match and two men just like kicking the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Which was great. Like,
Oh yeah, man.
it was awesome.
They went for it.
there was a few spots where you were like, "Oh my god, that hurt. That would have hurt."
Yeah.
Like
On the barrels that don't.
Rusev throwing Sheamus through that bar and the frame of the bar not breaking and Sheamus's head just wrapping off the frame of it. Oh.
Yeah. I was looking for, like, is his head skinned off in the back?
Yeah,
like,
I know. Is he scalped?
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, that would hurt. That little knob on the back of his head just. Ugh. I'd blame production for that.
And then the Celtic Cross. No, it was White Noise off of the top of the whiskey barrels through the table.
Yeah.
And Sheamus looked like his tailbone, like he was wincing. It looked like he was actually wincing painfully when he went through them tables.
He would have to. Was that right before that, or was that before Rusev? But one of the other guys, like, they grabbed the other person's leg and they did a bump on top of the barrels, but there's no give, and then the rust line actually stuck in their back from the metal.
Sheamus.
Yeah. That metal strapping on the barrel was just. They were legit barrels with rust, and I'm like, that just looked so painful. No give.
It was great.
Yeah.
And they're like the kendos they were laying in, even the chair shots. And
not stuff. To be whatever, but real men. Like, they're real men who.
Sheamus has said in multiple interviews that, yeah, I'm going to be stiff, and, you know, it's got to be snug, and I want you to be snug with me.
Yeah.
Because that's how you make it look good. That's why all the wrestling in the 90s, the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, that's why it all looked so much better, is because it was almost demanded of you by the veterans to snug it up.
Yes.
Steve Austin has said multiple times that he throws potatoes because he wants it to look real.
Yeah. It's like the worse they were, the harder they would get hit.
Yeah.
You could almost watch it in a match with a teaching lesson where they would just keep hitting them harder, and then it's like, okay, that pisses them off, so they will finally hit back harder now. Yep. But I loved it.
Yeah, Bret Hart never seemed to complain about those punches that he was getting from Steve Austin, but you hit him with a chop and Bret Hart's gonna fucking lose his mind. Asshole.
Trying to hurt the guy. If everyone wrestled like me.
Speaking of a chop, did you listen to Busted Open this morning?
No.
Bully was talking about
Nick.
Bully was talking about a time where, well, he starts off what he was saying with talking to Dreamer about what is one move that you would never give the Undertaker, and Dreamer goes, "Oh, it was a chop," and Bubba goes, "Yep. And I chopped him once in a match, and as I was chopping him, I had my head down saying, 'Oh no.' And Taker said to me, 'Take me to the buckle and be ready for the boot.' And he says, 'Yeah, okay.' And as Bubba says, as he's coming running across to hit him with a splash, he's shouting receipt. And he takes Taker's boot right upside of his face.
I love how he yelled receipt. That is fucking great. Holy. And they would take it. Bubba would take it with a smile, probably.
Yep. Well, right, like when him and Devon came in and they were stiff with them 2x4s on Ron and John.
Oof. Could you imagine doing a tour with those two?
The segment on the next episode of Raw was with them barrels in the war zone where they did all their interviews. And they're hitting Bubba and Devon with the corner of these 45-gallon drums.
Because Bubba even mentioned that, how when they did a tour, right, when they came in, they were with APA that whole tour. Yeah. And he said that was our test. Like, and hell yeah, that's how it should be.
And they went drinking after. They're like great buddies now.
Yeah. Earned that respect though, not now where it's
That's right. right? Where you're afraid to lay in a chair shot, where you turn
Yeah.
the wrong way because you're wincing, or you cover up from a chop, like try to turn away from a chop. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Take it or go.
Yeah.
It's wrestling.
Well, how much time are we at here? We got speed
Got a
up.
bit.
Sheamus and Rusev though. It was a great match, I thought.
Right guy won? think?
I think so. Yeah. I think Sheamus is, you know, they're really good friends. I think Sheamus is maybe feels a little bad for Rusev that he hasn't been getting the reaction that he maybe thought that he would coming from AEW.
Yeah.
So I don't think Sheamus has a problem doing the job for him.
No, I like it, and the promo that Rusev did made sense, right? Like I'm ready now. Like I had to do
On
this.
Raw,
And
yeah.
yes, yeah.
Yep.
Like he's looking for it now. Where they put him, who knows? But
I just don't know why you can't have him. Well, you don't want him to lose, though. I was gonna say, like, put him against Bronson or Braun, but you don't want him to lose. Could be another.
Yeah, who else is?
Could be another big guy, right? That.
My goodness, even the mid card on Raw, I'm like perplexed of what could happen.
Well, really?
Like, yeah. Okay, beat up the Judgment Day, who aren't that big. Okay, cool.
Yeah. You put every main event guy in a triple threat or a fatal four-way or a tag match and then schmoz it out at the end of every Raw. It gets super fucking old.
Yeah.
Here we go. Best match of the night. John Cena and Logan Paul. This was my favorite match. Was it yours?
It was up there, I think, mainly because even when Logan got in the ring, I almost think he was so surprised. He's been to Mania, but like the crowd there, totally different story.
Insane. Yeah.
Insane. I think he was, I don't know if it was not fear, but almost like you could see it on his face where he's like, holy shit. And it was a great match.
And Cena, as we kind of discussed at the beginning, or maybe we weren't live yet, but Cena would have been smart enough to tell him, when I'm down, you milk that crowd for the heat.
Yeah.
And I thought this was Logan Paul's best match that he's had in WWE, which is surprising that it's against 48-year-old John Cena,
who's usually pretty soft, doesn't snug it up.
But Cena's match against Cody and now this match, that's two PLE bangers in a row.
Yeah.
Of course, Cena played his hits, and there wasn't much in the first part of this match from John that was any different. It was a lot of Logan milking the crowd. I seen someone today on Twitter compare Logan Paul to 98 version of HBK.
Ooh.
And I
like
thought
the
that
cocky
was
type.
The cocky, right? And HBK didn't have a lot of shit going on in 98, like late 97, 98, because he wrecked his back in 98.
Yeah.
But he was on TV a lot, but there wasn't a lot of matches in 97. You know, there was the screw job, there was the Hell in the Cell. Can't remember early 97. Probably a lot of DX stuff, DX tags and whatnot, but they weren't great matches. But the way that he was able to control the crowd and be that cocky, arrogant piece of shit, for lack of a better term. Why is Joe Hendry here?
Someone said his name. I don't know. That's how it works.
I like Hank and Take's finish too. I think it's a neat finish.
Yes. There's been a lot of good actual tag team moves, double tag moves. Like I love it. That's what we need. Tag teams. But MJF even tweeting about Logan's about his fucking buckshot. That was hilarious.
Right? He does it
And I
better
know
than the, what did he call him? The
crooked
honky,
cowboy.
crooked cowboy. That's what it was.
And just it's hilarious. Yeah, I know it's for their feud, maybe, but also hilarious that you mentioned it.
Right. And that's why MJF, I think it's a matter of time before Tony realizes A, they have to put the title on him, or B, MJF's gonna finally say, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because I'm not being you. And it's, he's a wrestling fan, but I think his favorite wrestler is Triple H.
Yeah.
Remember? I think
they have to put the title on him. They have to, dude.
Yeah.
Hangman's not working for the whatever time. He's just not a good champ for the brand. And enough of this BS with MJF where it's start, stop, heel phase, like put it on him, let him be the top guy. Let him own it. Drives me.
Right, but that's a guy that can say something about the rival promotion, and it's never derogatory as it is for the Swerves and the Ricochets and the Mercedes Monets of the world, right?
Yeah, it's smart because it actually boosted his feud too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, smart dude.
But then, so halfway through this match, Cena's now hitting shit that we've never seen him. Right? He's got hits a Styles Clash. He hits a zigzag. I turn this off now. Is NXT over? Yeah.
Yeah, the brawling backstage.
What else? He hit an End of Days.
Yes. Was that the Code Red? I just saw Code Red. I don't know what the heck
Code
that
Red.
was.
That's Code Red's like a Canadian destroyer, essentially. Right?
Ah, yes.
Angel's Wings he hits him with, too. Christopher Daniels finish.
Yeah. Which is so weird.
Yeah. But no, I thought it was great. Just the way that Logan worked the crowd. It was obvious that Cena was going to win, right?
Yeah.
I don't think Cena's. Well, I don't know what to think about Brock. Brock wouldn't have came back if he's doing the job, right? I don't think so.
Yeah. What do you do there?
That's a tough one. Anyways, they called Cena's submission the STFU again. I don't know if that was a slip up.
Thank you.
But they called it the STFU.
That's bugged me for years. Like, actually.
I know, it's so dumb. But Cena also hit a Hurricane Rana, I believe, when Logan was going for a pop-up power bomb.
Yeah.
The only problem I have with the attitude adjustment now is that, for the first one or two times, it's basically a transitional move.
Yeah.
And that's not just the attitude adjustment. That is, the majority of people's finishes nowadays is that nobody's protecting their finish anymore.
No, what AEW was being bitched at about is now happening here.
Yep. And it's just a tough look. I understand people love false finishes, but why people haven't taken the Gunther approach, where he's finished a move with a match with a splash or a power bomb or the sleeper, or a Boston Crab, right? If you have a repertoire of big moves or submissions that can be used as transitions, but also as the finish, more people are going to have to start adopting that strategy, because it's the same with the spear, which is overused at this point. Same with super kicks and all that. And if I'm HBK, I'm just pissed that my finish ain't worth shit anymore.
Yeah, just like Jake Roberts, right? Like my DDT, come on.
Yeah. At least, so far, well, I think that was Mariah's finish in AEW as well. It was the Impaler DDT, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. People haven't kicked out of that yet. Not here, anyways, but. Right, even Logan's punch, titanium punch.
Yeah.
It knocks people out, but Cena kicks out of it 3 times, right? It's just.
Super Cena.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like, what's the point of having a finish if it's not going to finish the guy?
Exactly. And realistically, too, the only people whose finish seems to be protected right now is the Vision.
Yeah.
The Tsunami's never getting kicked out of. Crisscross Spear never gets kicked out of. And the Stomp. Well, I guess the Stomp has been kicked out of a number of times.
But recently it seems more deadly, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's almost like, I guess they did take it away for a long time.
Seth Rollins did call himself the best in-ring performer the industry has ever seen, but which, you know, not that much of a stretch, but cocky, and it's good, and I like it. He is one of the
He's
best.
Cocky.
One of the best ever
He's
to
cool.
do it, in my mind, in my opinion. But
oh yeah. Yeah.
And I'm glad he has the title again, and he's already elevated the title to a higher level than Gunther or Jay did.
Yes. The main events are exciting.
Exactly. We talked about the main event. We can move to Raw here now if you'd like. Monday Night Raw.
Monday night.
Unless you have anything else to add about Paris. Clash in Paris, that is.
It's a good show. Better than I
Fantastic
thought.
show. Yep. For a throwaway that, you know, didn't expect the title to change or really anything huge to happen, which it didn't. But
no,
it was still excellent. A lot of it, most of it is the crowd. Not most of it. We'll say half of it was the crowd that they're into everything.
Yeah. And they just perform better, I swear, when they hear a crowd like that. They put more effort into it. I would.
They do.
Everyone's cheering for you like that? Holy.
Yes, Steve said that a few times, that he hated the WrestleMania 17 match because he couldn't hear anybody. 70,000 people in there, he couldn't hear shit. I don't know how.
It's crazy if you think about it, right? Yeah, 70,000 in a tin can, but you can't hear him.
Maybe he was already too annoyed that he was being forced to turn fucking heel, even though it was his idea. But
just tinnitus from blood pressure.
Yeah.
So angry.
Even there was a couple of things where during the night of Clash in Paris, where it was almost like Tony D'Angelo posted that picture that he was in Paris and he was wearing all black in the gym. It was like, oh, well, it could have been him. Yeah.
And he looked huge too.
And Jay's been wearing all black for the since he lost the title, I think. He's been wearing all black. So, wow, what if it would have been Jay? That would have been fucking crazy. Nobody would have expected that.
And if you think all the other guys, it was people that, you know, destroyed Seth or like tsunami'd Seth. And Seth is like, yeah, I want you here because you're the next guy. You're the future. Yeah. So that would be cool. Jay would be a good pick.
Jay could eat the pins. Like I said, they need the pin eaters, and Jay would have eaten pins for him. So
yeah, down on his luck, Jay.
Mm-hmm. So Jay opens Raw. They're in the same building. Less fans though. They only had 23,000 for Raw, but same building. That set was awesome too.
Yes. Good Eiffel.
He said, my bad, I didn't win the title. Talk about my family, don't disrespect my family. I crash out for my family. Then he calls out Bronson and Seth and Braun and LA Knight interrupts him. And then LA Knight says, I thought this was LA Knight's best promo in a minute.
It was good.
Yeah. He was intense. It was kind of a different side to him, right? He said that this all could have been prevented because he had the chance to put Seth through a table, fight it out, the three of them. Who spoiled that? You did. BFT in the middle of the ring. I thought, it was very likely that LA Knight could have won it there. Jay breaks it up. Elbow through the table. Rollins out of it. Who spoils that? He distracted him. Seth was able to move. He said he's sick and tired of not being world champion. I think it'll eventually be on him. I don't know if it's going to be until late next year, though. But
yeah, he deserves at least one shot with it for sure.
Yeah, like at SummerSlam or something, he can win it.
Yep. Yeah, he was good. That promo was good. I only heard him almost mess up one word, so for him, that's incredible. It was like. It was good. And Jay questioning why, helping Roman, was that a great idea? Probably not. Yeah. But hey, that's what like you said, that's what he does. Of course, that's great storytelling.
Bronson and Braun then appear on the stage. Braun Breaker says, what does LA Knight go? He says something like, hope you guys can actually rub enough brain cells together and put a coherent sentence. And Braun Breaker says, I guess I've got enough brain cells because I've beaten you twice already. Yeah.
yeah. Like if that's off the top of his head, holy, he's sharp. I love that.
He sounds exactly like Scott. It's like you put them to... If he were to say this goes to all my freaks out in Paris, it would sound exactly like his uncle. I don't know why he doesn't.
And it would work.
Yep, milk that.
Jeez. When LA called him the warthog and the cross-eyed whatever, it was just so good. He just looks so stupid.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was the warthog and something. Yeah, cross-eyed something. Yeah.
And you could just, Braun was just like, pfft. You just tell he's annoyed.
Yeah. I knew exactly that, it's pretty obvious when those two came out that the main event was going to be a tag match again between these guys, right? So
it was a holla.
Bronson says, banged up enough, you're not man enough, you don't have the balls. Maybe it's all yeet, no skeet.
Yeah. I had closed captioning on. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't block that out, but for some reason you can't say fuck on Netflix.
No, literally blanks, even for the crowd chanting. It's like crowd chanting, I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
The match, or the first match of the night, is the Judgment Day, Roxanne and Raquel versus the Bukkake Warriors. This match was shaky. This match was shaky, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was crowd being too loud and they couldn't, or maybe the language barrier, but
that finish was awful.
Yeah, the finish was corny. Was like,
what was it? She was trying to do a pin, and then they were like, no, you got to put her in the Oscar lock. In the middle of the ring, not over.
Oscar lock. Yeah.
It was so awkward.
And the start of the match was shaky, right? They were fighting the spots, and it wasn't the best of showings from either of the four women. No. So that's really all I've got to say about that match. Unless you have anything to add.
No, too much escargot. I just like Asuka's being so unhinged, where and Kari's like, I'm so sorry. Everything will be okay.
Later in the show, when they had that backstage Asuka was losing it again, and Kyrie's,
Yeah.
expressions and
Kari's trying to apologize, and then you just hear Asuka go, Kari!
yeah.
That's our new call for her. And she just, oh.
It looks like we're finally gonna get a Rhea and Asuka match though,
Yeah.
which
That'll
that'll
be
be
a
a good
brutal-
match. Yeah.
Whew. Brutality.
Adam Pearce announces that, which I was hoping was just going to be Stephanie versus Io at WrestlePalooza, and it is going to be that.
Who you picking?
I think they're going to give it to Steph, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm like so up in the air. I think Stephanie, I think that would be the smart move. But
I
she's
don't-
like,
I don't like Io getting pinned cleanly, though.
yeah. Or do they throw it to Io because, hey, look at what she's doing with all the other girls? But then what do you
would-
do with Stephanie?
I would prefer that it goes to Io because, for my money, Io is the best wrestler, man or woman, on the planet right now.
Yeah.
But if she's the world champion, then how do you continue on with Rhea, Io, and the Asuka and Kyrie angle?
Yes.
Whereas
Yeah,
if it
especially when
goes to
Asuka and-
Stephanie, you can at least have her defend it against some of the other women.
Yeah. Trying to think who she could defend it
For new
against.
matchups, right? Of course, there's the Rhea match, but Rhea's kind of tied up.
Yeah. I guess like you could go for the Judgment Day girls, like throw them against Stephanie for a bit. and-
Lyra, Becky,
Yeah.
not Becky, Bailey when she returns as this
Yeah,
psycho
Two-Face.
Bailey.
She has an outfit like gear where it's literally half and half. I'd love that.
Yeah, that'd be
Just
great.
a banana.
Full Tommy Lee Jones makeup.
Just psycho. Yeah. Good old just a perfect Two-Face.
Yeah.
This way to the crowd, she's happy, touching the kids' hands. This way, she's just like, shut up.
A heel, it'd be so fucking rad. Yeah. Because she has the
Cool.
shaved side thing that she always does too, right? It's so easily done.
Yes. Okay, writers, do that.
Second match of the night, JD McDonough versus Dragon Lee. It's very nice to see Dragon Lee getting tons of TV time now.
He must have been pressed from that AAA match. He's been really getting pushed.
Yeah. And they're probably going to be using him more on AAA pay-per-views too, so.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was Balor versus Dragon Lee, not JD versus
Yeah.
Dragon Lee.
Same. Dragon Lee's bigger than him too, which I was kind of laughing at. Like, little meatier.
Yeah. The match was good. It was a good TV match.
Yeah.
I love how Lee hits that Liger bomb. Just about looks like he's gonna drop them on their heads when he does it.
I always worry.
Yeah.
Please don't. But he's probably so skilled. We just don't know.
Exactly.
At least I don't. Yeah.
His running Hurricane Rana off of the ring apron to JD McDonough and then landing on his feet was insane.
Yeah.
Balor wins coup de grace. Coup de grace or coup de grace?
Coup de grace, you could say. Coup de grace.
I'm still trying to figure out this whole teabagging thing.
That's his finisher. And coup de grace.
Then we had a Nikki Bella Io Sky match, and Nikki Bella's promos are awful. Just throwing that out there.
Oh,
I really think that you are my favorite wrestling women's champion.
She's not that bad. She's quicker now. It's not 10 years ago.
I really think that you're my favorite women's champion.
There you go. Io. Yo.
Io says that she wants to, Asuka comes, pushes Nikki away. Uh, says he wants to help Io beat Stephanie so they can all be champions. Io says she works alone or wants to fight alone. Something's going to happen. So Asuka's probably going to cost Io the match is what's going to happen here.
Ooh, I like that.
I just
Get
hope
those
it's not a
tag
shit
titles.
finish that makes her look weak.
Yeah. Because Asuka and Kari, like, are they number one contenders now that they beat Judgment Day girls? I don't know if you mentioned that, but I know yeah. They said something about being top contenders for it, but I didn't know if it was official.
Tag match, or there's no other women's tag teams.
Literally.
Did you watch Penta and the Charisma Vacuums versus the New Day at all?
Yes.
Because I didn't.
Yes.
Was it any good?
I watched. Yeah, the crowd seemed to really like it, and Penta and them dancing was pretty dumb at the end, or just grooving. But for the match itself, I couldn't tell you a thing about it.
Yeah.
I just remember Penta and them in the ring at the end celebrating, and that was the crowd ate it up.
The Penta glide, yeah.
Oh, and they got new shirts. War Raiders got new shirts.
Oh yeah, I seen that. It said Raw's War. That's clever. Yeah. There was Lyra thing with she's for some reason asking Pierce about Bailey, and Pierce tells her that she spoke to Bailey and it's nothing really is happening. What got me for this segment was their little handshake they did at the end, and they were both fighting for their lives, trying not to laugh during it.
It was so awkward. And then you notice when she walked away, he was just like shaking his head. Like, I think he tried to play it off as like, what the heck was that acting? Yeah. But it was, you could tell that was good.
The next match should have been the main event, in my opinion, but it was Dom and AJ, Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles. And this crowd is absolutely insane for AJ Styles. They sang for him through the entire commercial break.
That
it was nonstop. Yeah, it would have been awesome. If he would have won the match, they would have blown the roof off of it. Does Dom need to be dual champion? I think so, to get more heat, 100%.
Maybe to get more heat, but and the shirt, of course, they just made that new shirt with the IC title on it, but damn, missed opportunity, or have AJ win it for a week or two.
Yeah.
And Dom gets it back, but France would have popped hard for that win.
Or AJ holds it until he wrestles Cena, and Cena can finally win it and get Grand Slam, because Cena doesn't have the IC title to be Grand Slam champion.
That'd be kind of neat.
I think that's probably what's going to happen.
Spinner IC title.
Yeah, they'll give him the IC title. I think they're gonna have to.
Maybe his last feud will be with Dom.
Last feud with Dom, yeah, yeah. But will Dom? Yeah, I guess they could keep the mega title on Dom, and Cena can win the IC.
And then lose it back, or what? Or how does he leave with it?
So we can actually have mid-card fucking men fighting for a world or for a championship.
Very true. Why is that so hard for them to do?
I don't know. It drives me nuts. Yeah. What do we do with these mid-card titles and all these guys that sit around? I don't know. Just send them home.
Like, even useless tournaments are fun because they're a tournament.
Yeah. We'll do that. Do a tournament for the number one contender for the IC title or something. Like, Jesus. You can do 2 7-minute matches a night. Cut out some of these bullshit promos that don't, bring anything to the show. Or don't have a schmoz every main event and you've saved yourself 7 minutes. There you go. But how'd you like
Doesn't
the match
seem too
though?
hard. Good. AJ looks strong. What did I remember from that?
It was nothing really different than their first match though.
No.
The IC title.
I don't think much really stuck out. But yeah, I mean, AJ winning would have been nice. That's the only thing I can
AJ's
say on that.
brainbuster was crazy. I know that. He hit a bloody Sunday on Dom right towards the end of the match. Well, it was the setup for the phenomenal forearm, and it was one of the nicest brainbusters I've ever seen.
And then
El Grande.
So what's the deal? Obviously, there's a deal between Mysterio and Ludwig. El Grande.
There'd have to be. There has to be. They even kind of alluded to it a little bit.
So where do they go from that? Does El Grande help him win the AAA title?
I think he probably does, yeah. So then they both
then
get
gets
heat.
A shot.
Yeah,
gets a shot for helping. I don't know. And then maybe it's
I don't know if El Grande helping. I don't know if it's El Grande helping him win it in. Oh no, it's not in Mexico though. That's another missed fucking opportunity.
Yeah, they're having it in Vegas, which seems not very Mexican, but I guess.
Yeah, that's annoying. After the reaction Dom got in Mexico, and you're not going to have him win it in Mexico?
You have the Americanized Latino crowd. So.
Yeah. Corny.
Yeah. There's lots of cities in Mexico, man.
Even this, even the Dom and AJ match. AJ hits a Styles Clash 2 count. Thanks, Will Ospreay.
Sure. Yeah, they got to keep up.
Fuck. Is it Ospreay that uses Styles Clash as a transition?
Probably.
I think he
uses everybody's finish. Michelle McCool.
Hangman uses a fucking tombstone. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Look at the super tombstone where Meltzer driver basically. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, that's nothing. That doesn't pin them.
They did it on
jumping
the steps,
and slamming their head.
Kicking out.
Yeah. Bonkers.
Talked about Becky and Punk. There's another ruined missed opportunity. Then we had Jay and LA Knight versus The Vision. And again, we've seen this match, or an iteration of this match, for the last, feels like 6 weeks.
Yes. So
there was really nothing exciting about this match. I didn't, short of the end, right at the end was fine, but the match itself was just another, Jay and Friend versus Braun and Bronson match.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really Vision, of course.
For me, to be honest. Yeah.
No. And Jimmy, like, woohoo. I don't know. So Jimmy maybe is heading to Raw, or is he just there to help, or did I miss that he was shifted over?
Well, I'm sure they I think they talked about shifting him over when Naomi was over.
Yeah.
Because it's just easier for them to travel, and now Jimmy's got all the skeet, and Naomi's can't wrestle anymore for a year. So now
maybe Jimmy and Jay, there's your feud for a bit. Jimmy and Jay versus Vision.
Yeah, well, and Jimmy, no, what is it? So Jay gets the shit kicked out of him at the end of the match again. And then Jimmy comes down after Jay has already been beaten horribly.
Yeah, it took a sweet time. Like, where was he?
Yeah. And then you hear Jay say to Jimmy, I need you. I can't do this alone. So
Yeah.
both of them are
Usos
much
back
better
at it.
tag team wrestlers, so I'm fine with this. And after they're done with the Vision, maybe there's the potential to help rejuvenate the men's tag side. Because the Judgment Day don't defend the titles, which is so stupid. Right? There's another title we're not defending.
We fight the War Raiders every week, I guess. I don't know who else there is. War Raiders.
Well, Buddy and the American Maid, right? Like,
yeah. Where have they been?
yeah.
Jesus.
So it was a fine Raw. Again, the crowd made it.
Yeah.
You could feel the tension in the Becky Lynch and Punk segment. So that's something, anyways. That was probably the high point of the show in terms of building story to me.
Yeah. And I am excited for AJ for sure. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just like, yeah.
Especially when they kept saying that she'll never wrestle again, or she kept saying she never, she was done. And how abruptly she retired too, right?
And even like, I don't know if you saw the heels when she was on there, and of course it's taped, but like they were doing full matches, and it was really good. She still looked great, even if it took a couple takes, whatever. She's bumping, she was punching, it was good.
Yeah. The crowd will pop regardless, but it's just we've missed the opportunity on that huge pop, I think, unfortunately.
Yeah. Surprise.
Yeah.
Come on.
So
surprise.
But that is the show for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Please like, subscribe, comment, anything really. Ideas, how to make better, anything. And we will catch you next week, hopefully to go over an exciting SmackDown portion of it, at least.
Yes.
And a follow-up Raw. So thank you for listening. We'll see you then.